Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Hbo Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. We here. I know y'all probably thought we didn't have an episode this week.
Nope.
But we in this thing. And just know, shit was real since we're coming at you late. But Kev, how are you, my guy?
I'm here, man. I'm here. When this, I can be honest. When we were in the pandemic, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, like shit, we ain't never been to nothing like this before, fine.
Right.
But I can honestly say, up until a certain point, this year was kind of cool for me. You know what I mean? Got a vehicle, had 2 vehicles this year. Got a new place. Cool. But now I think I'm at the point where it's like, we're in a fucking pandemic.
It's getting real pandemic-y.
Yeah. And something got to give.
No, I'm right there with you, bro. Playing catch up has been a motherfucker. While going through this new world. We actually just had an update from Sisolak. That's our governor, and he was saying that he's keeping things how it is right now until January 15th. But if he doesn't see any changes in numbers, if he doesn't see, and he means like negative, like going down.
Yeah.
If he says if we maintain where we are today or get higher, then he's going to shut the city down again. That's a tongue twister. Never realized that. But he's going to shut the city down again.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, we might as well just plan for another shutdown because what was it? 2-3 weeks ago, we recorded another record high of positive COVID testing with 250,000 or something like that.
With the cases going up, I can see them going up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you motherfuckers keep coming here. We told y'all not to.
Bringing that same COVID.
Right. So I think we're gonna do a shutdown again.
Absolutely. And if they do the shutdown, you know what's even crazier?
I just thought about this. When is the inauguration?
January 28th, maybe even before that.
Really, I would not be surprised if he's waiting until the inauguration to say we got a full shutdown.
Nah,
I would not be surprised.
I think he's gonna stick to his guns and go with the 15th because I even said with him testing positive for COVID, he was about to come back like, nah, fuck y'all.
Right.
Everybody need to stay your ass at home because y'all got me in the house sick looking crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to put my weave in for the week. So fuck everything y'all talking about. Shut this bitch down.
Yeah.
But what's even wilder, and I had no clue, is there are a lot of people who exhausted their unemployment claims that will not be approved for unemployment again until March.
Yeah.
Which is why, and it's crazy because he dropped that gem right after he extended the no eviction order. And he was like, I'm extending no eviction order out until March 25th or something like that. And I remember thinking like, wait, so if you're thinking that we may see a change by January 15th, but that's when you're going to shut the city down, why are you extending out the no eviction order? And then that's when I found out some people won't even been able to get back on unemployment until March.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that makes sense.
I think it's gonna. I mean, it's scary now, but I think it's gonna get really scary because people ain't gonna be just sitting there not getting no type of funds, especially if they got other mouths to feed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think we're almost there, but I think eventually, it probably be within the first quarter of next year, like something gonna have to change drastically, or people gonna start getting hurt.
You notice all these other countries are announcing that they're back to regular ass operations.
I seen like 2 days ago.
Their ass at home.
I seen like 2 days ago New Zealand say, yeah, we don't have no cases. You motherfuckers.
Because they ain't bring their ass outside. Bro, I think France may be the same way because them niggas was out here whooping ass keeping you in the house.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come outside if you want to.
And then I think like the day before I seen something where it was like a list of what different countries did, and it had us last, like, we had 1,200, this was the last 8 months. And some places they getting 2 G's plus a month type shit. I'm like, We ain't shit. Yo.
One thing you could tell
shit.
though, what Sislak was talking about when it comes down to Vegas, well, Nevada in general, you could tell that he was really putting the pressure towards the government to, give a little more funding back, give a little more funding to Vegas, in the relief because of the amount of money that we lose monthly, not having active casinos and shit like that.
Now, I do think Vegas is naturally losing money, but it's very odd to me. It's like, I do think Vegas loses money, and there's no real way to plan for a pandemic, but it's like, don't states have a treasury? Y'all ain't got nothing? Like, why y'all? Obviously, we seen these people dragging their feet. I'm talking about the government. When does Sisalak be like, you know what? We gonna do something. It may not. I'm not saying that it'd be a 1,200 monthly thing, but I'm like, nigga, something. Them same people that you're talking about, we need relief from, work at these casinos or halfway work at these casinos. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, yes, the government needs to do something for this country, but states also got to be all right. You know what I mean? We can do something.
See what we can get done. As far as what they were doing unemployment wise, it was that extra 600 was for sure appreciated. I didn't really understand why they capped that 600. Especially considering that everything shut down officially for us March 15th. Funny enough, and. No, when all this pandemic shit started, it was supposed to be 2 weeks, and here we are.
Remember how it was like, yeah, remember at the beginning of this shit?
We thought shit was sweet. Like, man, we got like a 2 week shutdown.
Yeah, we thought we was on punishment.
We were in December, like, I'm losing my mind. I need outside.
We thought we was on punishment. Now we on restriction. We in the house.
Big body restriction. We're damn near in prison at this point.
Might as well.
We're entering bid territory at this point. But I'm very curious to see what happens going forward. And it's so weird how there's so much shock and surprise. How are numbers going up? You've started to allow states to have 25% occupancy in auditoriums. We just watched a boxing event in Texas that there was no fucking social distancing on the ground floor seats.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you're enforcing it, but are you enforcing it? Is that what's actually happening? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Sadly, I think I want things to change for us for the better, but in my heart of hearts, I think stuff as far as what they're doing to help us is going to stay the same until more people start dying.
Yeah. It's the motherfuckers that, what's sad is that it's not even the motherfuckers that just refuse to keep their ass in the house, because now they're starting to affect the motherfuckers that are actively trying to lower the numbers. And unfortunately, those people are passing away as well.
Yeah.
So it's no longer natural selection. Now motherfuckers are just literally being taken down with the natural selection people.
Yeah. Yeah, something's got to change, man.
Something's going to have to change soon. But until then, man, we're going to keep giving y'all this quality content.
Yes, sir.
We actually got some really dope announcements coming up very, very soon, especially with the holiday season being right around the corner. I guess I could just go ahead and say this now. Don't expect FOH or 20 for 20 until the top of the year.
Yeah.
Might as well just go ahead, wait that out. But we promise it will be more than worth it, because we're also going to have an entire rollout for 2021. So I really look forward to bringing that to y'all. We really look forward to bringing that to y'all. Just be patient with us. We're literally trying to finesse the exact same pandemic you're currently going through.
And while you're being patient, you can go check out the new merch that's up.
And you can go to the Noize merch.threadless.com and get you some merch. Go ahead, show your support by doing that. Or you can donate, #Beat Network, because we're all going through this pandemic. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you can do. It'd be dope. Or you can also donate on the website, beatnetworkonline.com. There are a bunch of different ways you can do it. And above all, if you don't want to, support financially, then you can just continue to support by sharing these things,
retweet,
commenting and helping us out with those social media algorithms. Because, like you said on the last episode, unless you're buying ads, they're going to end up burying you. So, there are different ways that you can support. So there's always more than one. So we definitely appreciate everything that you guys do for us.
Absolutely.
With that, let's go ahead and get into the show. This has been an active week.
Yeah, this week was a little busy this week.
This week's definitely been an active week. Before we get into all the conversation. We do got a bunch of quick hits, but I think the main one we have to send out the biggest, heartfelt rest in peace to Tommy Tiny Lister Jr. Passed away at 62. Has it been ruled natural causes at this point? I remember they said that he had COVID.
Yeah, I think they said he had COVID symptoms earlier, and I think he was just constantly battling with those. So, of course, they ruled it as that. But I think we can probably say that it was COVID related.
If it is COVID related, it definitely does suck, because remember when all this started and we were saying, it's taking down the celebs that we've never heard of, and then it finally creeped up and got his name just slipped me. The rapper.
Fred the Godson.
Fred the Godson. And then you just kind of like, ooh, it's a little bit more famous than what's been going on.
Right.
Then, so if it is true that that's how Tommy Lister died, that sucks. 62 years old. I didn't even know he was that old.
I didn't know he was that old. I still feel is young for what happened. Absolutely. But I didn't know he was that old either. Maybe he was like 5 years off or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I knew he was up there. I know he was up there. But mostly known, easily known for his role as Deebo.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people even knew his name was Tommy Lister. I think they just knew him as Deebo.
Yeah.
But outside of that, and I just did Back to the Classics show, so y'all definitely check that out as well on Thursday. But he was talking on their show. He was the president in The Fifth Element. He was a
better president than Trump.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's crazy.
He knew when to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He was one of the biggest golden lords in Meteor Man. He had a cameo role on Martin. He did a bunch of stuff.
He was in I don't know which one it was. It might have been the one with the Joker, the Dark Knight joint. Remember, it was a small thing. Remember, he was remember it was on the bridge, and it was like the prisoners had to blow.
He was a prisoner. He was a prisoner in the Dark Knight. Yep, he was a prisoner in the Dark Knight. It's so crazy watching how he aged between then to when he passed away. Like, he was super small when he died.
I haven't seen any updated pictures.
If you go to Michael Blackson's page, he posted a video that I guess him and Deebo, we'll call him, were interacting at one of the stores, and he was acting like Deebo. And he looked so small. And then it's funny that you brought that up. The Dark Knight wasn't that long ago.
No, that wasn't.
But he was still yoked. You know what I'm saying? He was still Deebo in that. And we were talking about this on Back to the Classics, where when you see him, he automatically clicks into that Deebo character. A lot of times
he looks scary.
Yeah, he'll do it to appease fans and stuff like that. But then when the cameras are off, everybody that has come across him has said that this man was a sweetheart. Like, they loved him.
I've heard he was one of the nicest people. Like, when you were around him. So you're right.
Absolutely. It was a tough hit. 2020 really been out here.
2020, like what you say, 2020 got the hits, bro.
All the hits, dude. All the hits. Man. 2020 got one of the illest death resumes that we've probably seen in a long, long time.
One thing I'm interested to see, now this won't happen until, few years from now, but I'm interested to read like a school history book on 2020 just to see what they put in there.
How they talk about it.
You know what I mean? I just to see, are they going to put the real in there, or are they going to fluff the shit up?
Well, we got to see what a history book look like in like 30 years first.
Probably
because going forward, they'll probably touch on it just because it's so recent and so fresh. But when they're in a position like, okay, a lot of the older cats are gone, and I know that millennial crowd, they're getting up there now. They're now in their 60s. All right. Now we can put some fluff on it. The greatest president ever, Donald Trump. He decided to give everybody $1,200 every month.
Right.
They're going to make that shit sound like, listen, why didn't we give this man 12
years?
Even
outside of that, for Vegas, they're going to have to wait 30 years to get the new history books. I think they still got some shit from like the 60s.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Some of their history books are still talking about motherfuckers taking out the Indians, taking out the Native Americans.
Some of their history books still talking about the crack epidemic.
Exactly. This happened. This is currently going on. What happened after that? We don't have those books yet.
We don't know yet.
Get on Google.
Right. We don't know yet. Catch us in about 20 years.
It's funny. I actually asked my one of my younger cousins when he was here. I was like, how do they touch on slavery now. He was like, we talk about it, but it's more so like, just catching the hits, basically. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I said, and I even thought about when we were younger, we probably got it for what, like a week during Black History Month?
Oh yeah, you got all the black shit during Black History Month. That was about it.
You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy that now they condense theirs down to where it's like damn near a day.
Yeah,
What
I would not be surprised by the time you have kids and they get to like they're taking history classes. I would not be surprised if that shit's not even in the history books.
Right, and if it is,
it'd be like these states right here contributed to this. Nigga, y'all.
You know how history books do when they'll have like a picture or something, then they have like a little blurb like right under it. That'll probably be all the mentioning.
They show a black dude in chains. And, yeah,
Just sad.
This is
this how shit got built.
Right. This is 1829. A slave from they're gonna say it was a foreign country.
Or they're gonna some of the books have been saying the migrant workers.
Migrant workers.
Right. Like we chose to come here and get beat the fuck out of. But anyway, that was a whole sideline conversation.
R.I.P. to Tommy,
R.I.P. to Tommy. Absolutely R.I.P. to Deebo. And it's weird because that's a dude that's been working. He was good for a cameo here and there. So just like John Witherspoon, it's gonna be weird not having those little ticks of him popping up going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how you go forward.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, with Friday, we're talking about Friday, with Deebo, maybe you can find a way to kind of go forward. But I don't think you can with John Witherspoon.
That's what scares me because now I see them trying to do one more Friday out of dedicate, like out of a moratorium to them.
And then outside of that, I love Boondocks, but I don't know if I want to see it without Granddad, unless it's what the fuck is her name?
From Blackish, the grandmother.
Yeah, unless it's her. But I don't know if I don't know.
It's gonna be weird. Or they're gonna try to do how they used to do back in the day, finding somebody that could do a really good John Witherspoon impression.
I hope not.
Hey, listen, 2020 has done weirder things.
Do not call Jay Farrell for this. No.
Who's starting to just sound like Jay Farrell doing an impression of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, his impressions ain't been as crisp as they used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting up there. But you can only do Jay-Z but so many times.
Yeah.
It's like Ari Spears. I don't think he does impressions anymore. I think now he just sounds like Ari Spears.
It's angry.
This is my impression of Jay-Z. Spears. I'm Ari Spears and this is my impression of Jay-Z. Did you like it? And just leave it at that. Like, we booked him for this. Yeah, okay. Right, that's cool. Quick question. Because I have actually posed this question on my social media. What celebrities do you think have bad breath?
I think Drake has bad breath.
Really?
Yeah.
Drake strikes me as a guy that does gum or mints like every...
Nah, to me, he seems like he has bad breath. Bokeem Woodbine seems like he has bad breath.
I believe that. And Bokeem Woodbine looks like a close talker too.
Yeah.
To where he's just always in your shit. And you're just like, oh man, you are curling my eyelashes, my dude. I said, so my initial post was about the Yin Yang twins. Mm-hmm. And then it just opened up all kinds of
I know they breath
that.
had to be horrid.
And it really makes you think about that line where Kane, I think his name was, from the Yin Yang twins, when he said, the only way that we gonna talk if your breath smell like mine. If I meet a woman that has Yin Yang twin breath, there's no conversation. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, oh man.
Like, what was the old girl from Don't Be a Menace? What's your name? LaQuanda. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know you're getting something like that.
Oh man.
I think old Gucci had terrible breath.
Oh yeah, I think old Gucci had bad breath.
I definitely think old Gucci.
I know he had to. He had the white around his lip. He had to.
Like, this nigga didn't even like Carmex. So you know he didn't like mints. I'm trying to get past her. Would Drake actually have bad breath?
I think Drake probably has bad breath.
That'd be an interesting situation.
You know what? And this is about to make some people mad at me. I think Beyonce might have bad breath. Or she might have occasional bad breath. I won't say it's like an everyday thing, but I think you can catch Beyonce probably frequently when you're like, you ain't all right.
I think she keeps that around the house.
Maybe. Like I said, it don't have to be like every time you see her, she got bad breath. But I think you might maybe on your third time seeing her, just your third time seeing Beyonce, and you're like, you didn't brush today.
You know what I think it is? I don't think it's bad breath. I think it's just that. Like that hint.
That's what I mean.
Like you having a conversation,
it's not
you listening, you eventually just...
Exactly. It's not something where you're like, yo. But yeah, I think, yeah.
I think at one point, Jay-Z definitely had that, can you back up for a quick second? Kind of breath. Just talk to me over there. You know who I really think got bad breath? I think Karis, one shit is hidden.
Whoa.
And Karis like to pronounce his H's and W's. So, know.
And he talked like he used a lot of enunciation.
I'm telling you, bro.
So,
there's a lot of projection in his speech.
You catching the smell on every syllable.
On every single syllable. And then when he laughs hard and he laughs big. It's like, it's like a cartoon where you can see it spelled out in green puffs. Ha, ha, ha. Like, I ain't telling this nigga no more jokes, bro.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where it was the nasty patty.
Oh, yeah. And SpongeBob thought he caught the ugly.
Yes. Man.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think it's a few of them out here like really walking around giving people the best that they can give them. I think Slickum from Pretty Ricky got horrible breath. I know. I feel like I can smell it when he raps.
I feel like anybody that got goals in their teeth, but their teeth isn't like straight. You know what I mean? Like you meet somebody that got that fresh teeth. If Gucci had diamonds in his teeth right now, I can be like, no, it's probably because his teeth are straight. But when they all spaced out, I just know this shit got to stink. It has to.
I used to have a...
Imagine being a millionaire with stinky breath. Huh.
Maybe that's because you're a millionaire. Like, nah, you have to just deal with this. You have to hear me. Can you imagine what the booth smells like? Like, after somebody going there. Like, imagine if Twista had bad breath. He says all the words.
He got to bring his own mic.
Nah, you got to just send me his audio.
Or that.
Don't come in my booth and fog up my windows, nigga. No. You do that shit from the crib. I ain't about to disinfect my shit again. You see E40 and...
Yeah, E40
and Too Short. There we go.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be dope. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nostalgia. I seen somebody say, does E40 and Too Short have 20 songs or 20 hits? I'm like, what?
That's when we start hating people. Like, Too Short had 15 albums when Blow the Whistle came out.
Right, but that's when you realize, like, when people say stuff like that, in my head, I mean to go to, oh, you're young.
Child.
You don't know. You didn't realize, like, there was a movement. So yeah,
this is gonna be probably one of the more well-known 20 hits, like how DMX and Snoop Dogg was.
Who do you got winning that one?
Oh, E40 Finds a Revenue.
Yeah, I got E40
easily
as well.
And that's not because Too Short is a slouch or anything like that. Is Too Short? I am very curious to see how conversations come out of it when Too Short plays some of his Too Short shit. But because Too Short has such a niche type of delivery and character when it comes down to him and music, a lot of it either doesn't age well or it's not going to resonate with this current generation.
I think it won't resonate. I don't think it won't resonate at all. I think. What do you think the score will be? Do you think it'll be a blowout, or do you think it'll be close?
I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I'll definitely give it I guess that would make it a blowout. I'll give it 13-7.
That's about where I had it.
Yeah, about 13-7.
I don't think people realize when E40 drops anything from that hyphy movement, shit is gonna erupt.
Anything from My Ghetto Report Card is gonna win. Anything from My Ghetto Report Card is gonna win.
Does Too Short? Now I know he has 20 songs, but does he have another hit like Blow the Whistle?
And now that's the other side of it. Like, Too Short has a lot of hits, but he has a lot of hits for the times. Like when he plays Cocktails.
Well, Blow the Whistle is gonna go over right now with old girl making the remix. So that'll go over.
No, Blow the Whistle is gonna take off.
Yeah,
but and of course he has features as well that he could tap into. But when he plays records like Cocktails and really anything from the Life Is album, that's gonna be interesting because that's where a majority of his classics are at. But I don't know if that's going to go over with,
not now.
Like that.
If Versus was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Possibly.
But
now I don't. Nah.
But you know what's crazy? And it really gave me a good laugh because I'm like, listen, the lineup is insane. Like, first you're gonna give people Keyshia Cole versus Ashanti, so you're about to give them the niggas ain't shit show. Mm-hmm. Now it's gonna be the bitches ain't shit show.
Right. Yeah,
like, on clever marketing.
on the Keyshia Cole joint, who did you have winning that one?
For the hurt women aspect, it was gonna be Keyshia, but for me, sonically, I think it was going to be Ashanti.
Yeah, I had Ashanti as
Keyshia Cole definitely has more music, but I think there are hits that, you know, Ashanti has that are low-key timeless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They still play Foolish on the radio now.
We played Ashanti during our 20 for 20, and that every Ashanti song went up. You know what I mean? So it's I would give that one to Ashanti for sure. I'm very curious to see what happens with that one, because that one got moved to January now, right?
The 9th. Yeah, January 9th.
So I'm curious to see how that one go. I'm actually curious to see what, because I was really thinking, I'm like, yeah, Keyshia, I'm like, can Keyshia do 20? And I thought, like, yeah, she could definitely do 20.
She can do 20. She can do 20. Like you said, she has a lot of music, but with me, with verses, I think that doesn't matter. Right. You got 20 songs. So if you got an artist that came out and they got just 20 songs, but they hits.
Right.
I don't care if you got 40 songs.
Yeah, it doesn't come down to the amount, and we've actually had a conversation before too. Well, not us, but I've had that conversation with someone that was talking about the Keyshia Cole Ashanti verses. They were saying, "Oh, Keyshia Cole got more music than her." Like, so
she can't play at all.
Nelly had 6 albums, and you see he lost.
Wait, Nelly had 6 albums?
Mm-hmm. He the Country Grammar, Nellyville.
I had Nellyville. Nellyville was my shit.
They count Sweat and Suit as 2 albums.
Oh, okay. So that's where it is, because that's where I was missing it. If they count that one as 2 albums, that's what I was missing.
And he had one like 5.0.
Yeah, he did.
I know he had one called Brass Knuckles.
He did.
Terrible album.
No, that would be, if they count that one as 2 albums, that would be 6.
And no one can tell me what the fuck. Oh, he had a remix album too. So I'm like, bro, Nelly had a surplus of music and still lost.
Yeah.
So having the hit, having the amount of music don't mean shit if you ain't got the hits, and that's something that was just kind of hard to explain to people. But you know, what do I know? It is crazy though, considering that they had to cancel it because Ashanti caught COVID-19, and people are fucking stupid. Like, if you were scared, just say so. Like, I'm pretty sure they made them take a COVID test. And her shit probably just came back.
Right. And even now, what do I have to be scared about? I'm getting, because you guys say I lost. I don't know if they got paid or not, but hypothetically, I just got paid to sit here and play my music.
Right, exactly.
With my friend. I didn't lose.
Yeah, there are no L's in the situation. But, you know, when it finally does happen, it's gonna be a hell of a time. Another quick hit, which was hilarious. Porn star Miss London said that Lil Baby paid her $16K for the cheeks.
Idiot.
Now he says he did. He says he didn't.
Look, let me tell y'all something. I know they got the phrase, "It ain't tricking if you got it." Yes, the fuck it is.
It's still tricking.
Yes, it is.
It's expensive tricking.
He paid $16K for some box, and it's women that give it for free on your air mattress. Yeah, that was a bad move. I mean, do you think he said he didn't do it?
Miss London does have the talent. I mean, I get that.
He said he didn't do it?
He says he did. He says he didn't do it. He says that it's all cap. Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting, how, if he really did do it, because then I'm like, $16,000?
I want to know who comes up with that price. Did he jump out the window and be like, "Hey, I'll give you $16K if we can do this," or did she tell him it's gonna be $60K? Now, if she told him, I can understand it. I don't know if you've seen the way this man looks.
If she told him, that's prostitution.
Well, yeah, absolutely, that's prostitution. But I don't know if you know the way this man looks. I get it, but I want to know who came up with the price. That's such a specific number.
I feel like that was one of those situations where that's probably just what he had in the rubber bands. Mm. Like, because you know how these young niggas roll around now, like,
right? Because
$16,000 is a very specific amount, like,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Why didn't you go to 15? Why didn't you do 10?
16? You can what? I ain't.
Like, was there negotiations? Like, was there a contract? Like,
now, my next question would be, how good do you think the box would be if it's worth $16K? Again,
Miss London is talented. It's It's a show me state for Miss London.
Yeah, but still, 16K, man. I don't know about that.
I wouldn't pay money for pussy in general.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day,
that.
it's like you just said, tricking is tricking.
Yeah.
So, you know, any amount of money, whether it's $16K or $6 in a ride to Wendy's, like it's still tricking.
Right. I'll give you this ride, but you're going to have to get some gas
I just
money.
found it funny that when they said $60K, this nigga played $60K for a box in Miss London, like,
I don't know if you seen that Alonzo Mourning gif where he's on the bench and he looking mad.
and he just, that's literally how it was. Like, oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Now, if he said he paid $16,000 to smash Current Pinky, then it's like, oh, brother, you're way too rich.
She can definitely get $6 in a trip to Wendy's.
A trip to Wendy's. Someone's about to offer that to Pinky. Like, I heard that you get the 4 for 4, give you a Frosty.
Right.
Shit is gonna shake.
Give you a medium Frosty this time.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, upgrade that thing. What's happening with you? That's a damn shame. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, then y'all niggas gotta do better with y'all money.
Yeah.
It's still tricking no matter what the situation is. Very excited for this shit, though.
This nigga paid $16K for 5 minutes. Jesus Christ.
16K just for I was nervous. I was never done this before. Well, no, according to her tweets, she pushed that shit in. According to her tweets, she was like, that was the best sex she's ever had. And then she outed the nigga.
Now, if a porn star is telling me this is the best sex she's ever had, I kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. Because I don't expect you to remember everybody that you say. You're right. You don't need to remember.
It's documented. You can easily go on there and find out. And like, was that good?
Listen,
I guess it was decent.
Now it's documented. If she's charging $16K for sex, I have to assume that she's been in the game for some time.
She's making shit shake. I think she's young. I think she's like early 30s.
I mean, kudos to her. She got $16K and all she had to do was have a good time. That's kudos to her.
Yeah. She came up.
Yeah.
I realized we came right back to this conversation after I said, I'm so excited for this. And then we went right back into paying $16K for some bop. But what I was actually excited for is I've come up with 16,000. Okay, I'm done. Pusha T has confirmed that Kanye and the Neptunes are producing on his new album.
That's dope.
That is about to sound insane.
Did Kanye produce his last album?
He produced the whole last album.
Last album was good.
And,
so yeah, but him and the Neptunes, I like that.
That means we're getting some. I can't say we're getting some clip shit because obviously they both have grown past where they were sonically and lyrically during the clips time. So I'm very curious to how that sounds.
Yeah.
I wonder because he hasn't released a feature list, so I'm pretty sure they're just getting started on it. Mm-hmm. But I'm very curious how his features are going to line up because one thing about Push is he'll be feature heavy, but it'll be almost like B team type niggas, and then he'll throw on a couple of top tier cats.
No, you're absolutely right about that. I know for sure. Well, I don't know for sure, but I can bet that Griselda be on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can bet that.
Absolutely. But that's what also scares me.
Because that might be the only top tier niggas. Everybody else might be.
But that's what scares me though, because I think Lil Baby is on his way to being top tier, but I think he's still kind of coasting that B level line. Like, granted, he's able to charge what he wants. Like he's definitely making his way to being that cat, but I think he's still kind of he's paying $16,000 for Bop. I think he kind of still sits in a certain area. So I wouldn't be surprised if, just for clout and just for spins, he throw a Lil Baby on there.
I'm pretty sure the Baby probably be on there.
And that's the kind of shit that I hate because, it ain't no dig at Lil Baby. I do like some of his shit. But I hate when cats go out of their way to work with
who's hot right now.
Who's come out between my last album.
Gotcha.
Sometimes that just doesn't sound good at all. Now, again, to me, Lil Baby is one of those cats that he'll either give me something dope or he'll give me something trash, and it's never been an in-between.
I don't think sonically Lil Baby fits with Push.
Oh, at all. But, I mean,
not even on a hook or nothing. I don't think sonically it works.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Because
if you take Kevin Gates now and put him on a record with Push, it's gonna be garbage. But the record he has with Push from the My Name's My Name tape, that shit went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kevin Gates held his own. But yeah, other than that, I'm curious to what his features are going to be. I'm curious how many features he's going to have.
Did they say when this was coming out? No.
They literally just asked him about it. And he was like, "Yeah, so far I got it's only been Kanye and Neptunes and Pharrell." And it's interesting because if first of all, it would be very interesting if that's all the producers on it.
Right.
But the way that he dropped it was as if, you know, we're just really getting started. Mm-hmm. But if he leaves it at just those two or those three, man,
it's gonna be
such an amazing project because he's not gonna let you down lyrically.
Nah, he's not.
He's always had to be complimented with like some solid instrumentals, and then he'll give you something just stupid like.
This might be, you know, I like to think that every artist has that album. Mm-hmm. This might be the album for him, and the reason being is because he didn't come out with nothing this year, understandably. But his last album came out last year, and it was good. You know what I mean? And
I think The Darkest Before Dawn was actually
was that this year? No, that was last year.
No, was that even last year?
Or the year before that?
Well, I was saying that in regards to your comment. I think that's going to be a hard one to beat because that album was damn near perfect.
It is. The reason where I'm going with it is.
Shit, Daytona was raw too.
That's what I mean. With Daytona, it was dope, but I think didn't he get snubbed a lot on different stuff? So I think keeping that in mind and this hard year that we had next year, he can come out like I'm trying to knock.
I'm about to ride my ass off,
and I got Kanye and Neptune. I'm trying to knock you niggas out.
Absolutely. Now I really look forward to it.
Yeah, it could be a very good project.
So those were just some of the quick ones I wanted to get into because there's not too much information on it. These next stories, though, we got to spend some time on. So, Tiffany Haddish, she declined to host the Grammys pre-show party.
Good for her.
And, you know, even outside of the situation, you know, even before I found out what the situation was, I was like, exactly like you just said, good for her. But to find out that they really thought they was going to get her to host a pre-show, host in general, for free.
How do you even fix your mouth to say something like that?
Like it goes into the same conversation that we've had on the show plenty of times about the disrespect that black people, especially black women, go through in the industry. Like, nigga, y'all got some fun. This is a 3-hour pre-show,
right? Y'all really
this is work.
Not only with no pay, y'all wouldn't come make sure my living room or whatever is done up. I ain't got no hair and makeup. Like, really?
No, yeah, that's another thing I read in there, that she was going to cover all her expenses as well.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all got me fucked up. I'm not about to volunteer because I know the nigga that you got hosting the Grammys, I know y'all giving them a check.
Yeah.
And what's even more fucked up is that she's up for a Grammy for a comedy album. Y'all not about to.
And this is one of the instances that proves that the Grammys really ain't shit. They not for us. They not about us.
They never been for us. And they never really gave a shit about us. The fact that you fix your lips to actually ask somebody, a star celebrity, like a top tier celebrity, can you host this for free?
Right.
And like I said, that shows you the respect.
I want to know how that conversation went, whether it was in person, through a text, through email. I want to know how that went. Like, I want to see the thread of that.
Absolutely. And I kind of wish she would drop that. I wish she would channel her old ratchetness and just drop it the same way she dropped and she was fighting at Beyonce's party. I have to see what was the back and forth.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you... How many... what was the chain of command that it ran down before,
right.
Let's see if she'll do it for free.
Right. Shit, it probably wasn't even be a back and forth because there wouldn't really be one with me. If you ask me to host the Grammys for free and I'm not even going to respond to you.
Right. Because obviously you're talking bullshit.
Right. I'm going to keep you in the dark till you get to the point the day before, hey, you think I'm going to need this. No, we was hoping you do it for free. No, you know.
You were hoping I'd do it for free.
No.
What about me said I was about to...
Right.
You're lucky I'm here right now. I'm getting paid just for coming here. You telling me you're not going to pay me for a pre-show? And then...
You like my dick. Nope.
You sound like you meant that.
Yeah, I did. Because I'm tired of the Grammys. Now, granted, I'm not in the place to even attend the Grammys. I get that. But I am watching y'all flat out dog other people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like...
Our people at that.
Yeah. It's unprecedented. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. And somebody, I don't know who, but somebody need to do something, even if you can't physically change how the Grammys operates. They need to know, hey, yo, you're fucked up for this.
What I should have done prior to this show was go in and look to see who all hosted the pre-show for the Grammys leading up to this, because, you know, to have that bold approach to go over to somebody who got 2 Netflix checks, you know what I'm saying, you know, and really out here making serious fucking moves to the point that she could shave her head, disappear, and come back like ain't shit changed. Free? You want me to come? You want me to do your pre-show for free?
And that's just for her. For me, for anybody. I feel like you asking anybody.
For anybody as a celebrity, because you want
regular person. If they ask me or
that's true,
to host the Grammys, then obviously they feel that we're good enough or important enough to be able to do so. But you going for no money? Are you shitting me?
Right.
Nobody. No.
What if they covered your expenses?
If they cover, it depends on what my expenses are. Now, since we're in a pandemic, my expenses would be my living room and, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be different if, we can't pay you, really, but we're going to fly you out. You're going to stay in this hotel. You got room service. You know what I mean? When you get down here, you got a place to park, your hair and makeup, whatever, that'll be done. Then I can entertain it.
Right.
But nothing? Fuck out of it.
Because I was just about to say, like, they offered her something that people like us would be offered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're coming here for the exposure, as if she's not Tiffany Haddish. You know what I mean? And just like I was saying, like, if it was something, you know, you're gonna cover my lodging, you're gonna cover my travel, you're gonna cover my travel when I'm in the city, because you know, if this was pre-pandemic, we in LA, nigga.
Right. I need travel.
I don't know where y'all
I need travel in, and I need travel home.
I need to make sure I'm good when I'm there in general. If you're not gonna pay me, and then I'm gonna take advantage of that opportunity, and I'm gonna build a fan base off of, you know, all this shit's going on.
Fine.
But that's because I'm Big Los currently recording the podcast in his living room. That's Tiffany Haddish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all got me fucked up. Like, she already put in plenty of time, plenty of work, and then got plenty of checks from way bigger organizations than you for you to tell me you're not going to pay me because it's a pre-show.
And now I want to know, like, is it just me? Did y'all pay these other?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to look into see who all hosted, and then like, okay, so did they get paid? Because I'm pretty sure when we look up these hosts, it's like
I'm pretty sure all of them probably got paid
easily.
Now, it may not have been what their dollar amount was, but I'm pretty sure they got paid.
Yeah, it's blatant disrespect, man, and it goes back.
That's really what it is.
It goes back to, you know, what we've been saying for years about the Grammys, the Oscars. They not for us, and they haven't been for us, because you're not gonna fix your lips to tell any white artist. Would you host the pre-show? Like, they're not gonna ask Keyshia to host the pre-show for free.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of somebody that's like kind of at the celebrity level. Well,
they don't even have. They can be lower tier, and they be white. They're not gonna ask them to host it for free.
They're not gonna ask them to do it for free, for sure. And it's fucking retarded.
That kid, like, what's that? I don't even know if she's a kid, but that JoJo Siwa chick. She's to my knowledge, she's a teen little pop star, whatever. They asked her to host it. They gonna pay her.
They're absolutely gonna pay her.
You know what I mean? And she's not. I don't think she's on the celebrity status of Tiffany Haddish. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
They just feel like they can get away with it, and that's the sucky part. That shows you the respect that they have for us as artists. You know, I can get away with just asking them to host for free, and then you didn't feel, once that shit left your lips or left your keyboard, you didn't feel like this is gonna bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't feel none of that. To the point where I think the president of the whatever the fuck the Grammy Association is called had to come out and apologize. Like, that don't mean nothing.
That don't mean a goddamn thing.
Shoot me the.
You couldn't even send, like, hey, we can't pay you really, but we can send hella food to your house. You couldn't even do that.
Yeah, I think that's the true insulting part, is that they already said you had to cover your own makeup, whatever decor you're gonna do to your area is just what you got to do. Like, you got to cover all your own expenses, and you're gonna do it for free. You literally offered me a SoundCloud rapper opened up for this dude. You know,
basically.
You know, we're paying you an exposure like you're not Tiffany Haddish.
And then on top of that, it'd be different. Like with us, if that was something we were doing, the exposure would help us.
Right.
I don't think Grammy exposure is gonna help Tiffany Haddish.
But even with that, like I said, the exposure will help us. But I'm not coming out my pocket for shit.
well, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not coming out my pocket, bro. You're gonna give me a stipend for me to eat?
Yeah, I'm gonna need something.
You know what I'm saying? You can, trust me, when I'm in LA, I'm gonna be good.
I'm
But
gonna
you're not
need
gonna pay me
something.
for the actual 3 hours. That's paying me an exposure. But you're not about to tell me we need you to host it. Because guess what? If I can't make it there, you're now without a pre-show host.
Basically. And not only can you host it, but I gotta act how y'all want me to act. I
Right.
can't even be myself naturally because this is the Grammys. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, if my Frontier flight is canceled, because that's obviously going to be the way I'm flying out there.
Right.
I'm covering my own shit. My Frontier flight is canceled. Guess what? You're now without a host.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to tell you.
Nope.
I'm like, yeah.
You gonna stay
What you going to do? Take my check? You going to make sure I can't cash my shit?
30
Now you
minutes
pay
before
me.
the show. Hey, you ready to get up? Yep.
It at the crib.
Right.
In my drawers. Not even
Chilling.
shaved, nigga. Like, they canceled my flight 3 days ago.
Chilling.
But, I mean, whatever. I got my money back from the flight. That's payment.
Right.
And now you got to figure out who's going to host. Now you got to tell somebody that's already there, can you host this shit for free? Now give them the same spiel you gave me and see if they going to go for that same shit. Exactly. See, y'all good. Big ups to Tiffany Haddish for choosing
Absolutely.
to decline that.
Absolutely.
You clearly don't need the we're paying you an exposure situation.
And shit, if we're being honest, I think we are talking more about Tiffany Haddish now than what we would if she did host the Grammy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's in a lot more positive aspect at that. You know, so this was probably going to be that return look for her.
Absolutely.
And that's probably why they felt like, well, since you're returning, since you've been quiet.
It's kind of got like she got a little bit more eyes on her the same way Kevin Hart kind of did with the Oscars. Kind of same way afterwards. He was like, all right, nigga, what you gonna do? I think this is kind of gonna be the same thing.
Right. So big up to Tiffany Haddish, man. Fuck the Grammys. Y'all on some wild shit.
Yeah.
Another pretty, I guess, you know, I can't really call it crazy because this nigga goes to jail every year. But the amount of things that have been going on have started to make other things make sense. So Lil Wayne pled guilty to gun charges for flying with a firearm in 2019.
Weezy F baby, please say the firearm.
Whenever I say now we know what the F stand for. He just said it stuff for all kinds of shit like nope, firearm.
Right.
But now we know. Thank you, Weezy. But he looks like they're saying one of the jets he was traveling in, the police got a tip that there was weapons and marijuana. When they got on the plane, they said it was cocaine, ecstasy, Oxycontin, and the guns. And marijuana, of course. But he didn't get any drug charges, so he's lucky for that. But they realized he's a felon. This drug shit is extra paperwork. Oh, but we gonna get that gun charge.
We gonna get that gun charge.
We gonna get some time out your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know, even if you act like the Trump shit didn't happen, at some point, when do you just start saying that this nigga Wayne is fucking stupid? At what point do you give this man his flowers that he deserves from a personal standpoint? I understand, who Wayne is, the artist. I'm a fan of Wayne, the artist. Wayne, the human being, this nigga is really remedial. He's really slow class, back of the bus. Hey, wipe your mouth, you're drooling. Like there's no other way to really look at him. Like he just continuously makes stupid fucking decisions.
When did this transition with his thought process happen?
When he got back on drugs, I'm sure.
You think that? Do you think that's what this could be?
Remember the moves that he was making when he was clean?
No, but yes.
So I want to say it was around Carter 4. I want to say Carter 4.
I do remember a portion when it was like, nah, he was clean. So I do remember that.
Which album was Mirrors? Was that Carter 4?
Probably so. Yeah, because I don't remember being on the other three.
So around that time when he was clean, he was making a lot of really good business decisions. Young Money was eating. He looked healthy. You know what I mean? Like
had all his dreads.
He was signing, really good deals. He was clear-headed and he was level-headed. But then we started seeing that this nigga was getting back on his shit. Like, no, I'm sorry, you started hearing it because you can always tell the difference between High Wayne and Sober Wayne.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate side of it is High Wayne raps better, but he also says a lot of random shit in those raps, and you're like, that's syrup, man. So you realize when he was getting back on, and then knowing that he had, cocaine and ecstasy and Oxycontin On the plane? Like,
they was trying to kick it.
nigga, I would have, it made more sense if you said we found a bunch of promethazine. Like, oh, okay, got you. But it's like, oh, you found some shit. So Wayne, all that shit that's on here, that's where those dreads went. It was just like that movie, 1,000 Words.
Was there any? Do we know if there was any women on this plane?
Probably so. It's Wayne.
No, I'm hoping with what he had. I'm hoping so, cause I'm not finna sit in the plane with coke, ecstasy,
and a bunch of
niggas. It's not nah.
But low key being that this is Wayne, it could have been just him on the plane, high as fuck, making coke angels and shit. And spitting some of the illest bars to himself. I make a coke angel. It's danger. Just going. Like, come on, man. And fast forward. So he pled guilty. He's due to be sentenced on the 28th, and he's on January 28th, and he's looking at 10 years. Now, what has also
before you go, when they sentence you, like his on 28th, so the 28th he'll find out what is actually his sentence is.
He's going to jail.
He serve it right then and there?
I'm pretty sure that they have it set up that once he gets a sentence. Well, I don't know. He's a celebrity.
That's why I asked that. And the reason I'm asking that is because, like, if it's they say sentence you had, you start your sentence whenever you start your sentence, okay, fine. But if let's say he starts it on 20, no, it's 20th. Never mind. That blew my whole thing. Never mind.
Oh, gotcha.
I was gonna say, is he hoping Trump's gonna pardon him before he's out?
Oh, think about it. Trump be back at the crib by then.
Yeah, but by then he gonna Trump.
Trump ain't listening to none of these.
Exactly.
I just needed you to get in. Fuck you niggas. Literally in that.
Literally, right.
But yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they let him go home for a little bit because they love getting celebrities.
Let him go home and get his affairs in order.
Because Lil Kim didn't go to jail for like 3 months after she got her sentence. She did a whole album in the time that she was supposed to be going to jail. So like I'm pretty sure they'll give Wayne that same respect. Shit, look at the amount of shit Gucci did before he went to jail.
True.
That nigga did like 80 albums and then went and served his 6 years. Something
like that. But then that's actually smart to try to get all the money you can before you go in. I guess so.
So I feel like so obviously they said this happened back in 2019, and during that, leading up to everything's going on right now, he's being sued by his former manager for $20 million for unpaid commission. We found out during the lawsuit Wayne sold his masters to Universal Music back in June for $100 million. I'm pretty sure all of this ties into the charge. And now the former manager trying to get his bread before Weezy go down.
I didn't know
Wayne trying to stack up as much bread as he can.
Well, first, I didn't know Wayne owned his masters.
Yeah, he was
I didn't know he owned, and not that's a slight to him, only because it's not common for a lot of celebrities to own their masters.
Bro, that was sober Wayne.
Number two.
That was sober Wayne. He figured it out.
Number two, I'm pretty sure he could have sold it for more than $100 million.
That's druggy Wayne.
We
can see the difference.
If you say now, I can understand if you looking at Wayne now, you probably like he ain't worth $100 million. But if you look at his $100 million for his man,
no, I definitely feel like he was lowball with that sale because that don't make no fuck. Like
it makes none.
You sold your masters for how much?
None. It makes none, and 20 of that is already gone.
Dog, like the Carter came out in what? 05? 04, 05?
Late 04 probably.
Late 04? Niggas are still spinning the Carter like it just came out. Yeah. Niggas are still spinning Carter 2 like it just came out. So that means you're getting none of that anymore.
Yeah, none of it.
And you saw this shit for $100 million. That's why I'm like, he needed that check right now.
That's the only thing I think of. That he needed that money like now.
And I think it all.
But then that brings me to, you're Lil Wayne and you don't have $100 million. Now, granted, $100 million, so that's a lot of money. But you're Lil Wayne. I would think.
And you just got some shit off of Baby finally. You finally got some shit off of Birdman.
I would think if you didn't have $100 million, I would think you had very close to that.
But he probably really and who knows what he's been paying. Like, he's been dealing with this shit since 2019. We know
what Wayne was doing. He was buying Oxy and Coke. That's what he was doing.
Making his Coke angels on his private jet. Boy, that's to the point where you got to sell your masters off for $100 million. That's why I'm curious to what's about to happen because that is, like I said, that's a low ball.
Yeah,
for Lil Wayne.
And the crazy part is that he sold it to Universal. They probably gonna sit on it, but even if they do decide to sell it, it's not gonna be for $100 million.
Oh yeah, they're definitely
Yeah, way more than that.
they're definitely not going to sell that. I can see them trying to sell that back to Lil. I can see them easily making 150, 200 million more off of what they bought it for. They're not just going to give that back to Wayne. They're definitely going to be like, we gave you 100 million for it. We want $250 million for it. Or
Right.
we want $250 million for it. We want all that back and then some, because they're going to see what those streams look like, and they're going to be like, damn, like, where the fuck was Wayne's head at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're a cast that literally go on Apple Music and just play a Wayne playlist, just because they're still in that era. They're still in that place when it comes down to Wayne.
Right.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous lowball. But again, whatever situation is going on with the lawsuit, with the charge, he's probably trying to make sure that it's some money at the crib while he's gone. Because think about it, he's doing 10 years. Imagine what he's paying in child support.
Yeah.
So I physically need bread ready and available to pay, because if not, you gonna come out to some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
You'll come out to some problems.
I never want to see anybody go to jail, but bro, you dumb.
Oh yeah, big dumb. He has the same amount of dreads he has on his head as the amount of sense. That's what they are. His locks are his common sense.
His common sense.
And it's just been going lower and lower.
We should have known something was up when he was in pictures and he had that little dread like hanging on by a thread. We should have known, oh, this nigga about to do something stupid.
No, we should have known something was up when this nigga took that mask off on the Masked Singer. I was like, oh, Wayne is gone.
Yeah, because he was lifted when he took that mask off. He was like, oh, he's high as shit.
Yeah, that nigga is blowed right now. What was his album that he dropped this year?
He dropped the album this year?
Yeah.
He did drop the album this year. It was a Funeral.
Funeral, there we go. Wasn't bad, but
I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that wasn't an anagram.
That was what?
Wasn't it an anagram? Couldn't you read the title the same way from words?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, I'm over here trying to. I'm like, did he drop an album? We did a whole review on it on Turn My Mic Up, which will also be back very soon. Guess that's another announcement. I guess I can make really quick. There will be one piece of new content. We are going to do a top 10 list of our favorite albums of the year, and that's going to be coming in about 2 weeks. We'll probably drop that right before New Year's. So look out for that as well. Turn My Mic Up will be back. It'll be back full time next year. So we can talk about shit like this, like Wayne and his common sense and his locks. Yeah, that's a hell of a move, and I really do think that. I also think that's a really bad example.
Yeah,
because you've said it on the show plenty of times. A lot of these cats that are out right now are all Wayne babies.
Yeah,
these niggas will be like, oh shit, I'm finna give up my masters too, so I can have me some quick bread, have me some, have me some shit about me, because there is no real, following for making the right moves paperwork wise with dealing with your masters, with dealing with your material.
Right.
And that's one thing I give Gucci Mane all day, because his, even him being in jail, dropping 30,000 mixtapes, 800 albums, all this other shit, he owns all his masters. Mm-hmm. So with all that, he still has a higher net worth than Jeezy.
I think owning your masters is definitely the smart thing to do, not only for the money aspect, but you create some shit. Why do you want to give it to somebody who didn't know you yesterday?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It continues because of your longevity. It continues that stream of income.
Exactly.
Like if you're still going to get paid off your first album, like that means everything.
First album that came out a decade ago.
When you pass away and people are going to miss you, they're going to stream this shit. So now your estate is getting that. You know what I'm saying? It's getting that money, and your kids and your kids' kids are going to eat like. And Wayne just gave all that shit up. Like it's literally just Wayne. There was no offspring from that nigga. Yeah,
I want to know who. Did he talk to someone about this, or did he just go do it?
I think he just made that decision. It was like, yeah, I need money, and I need money right now. But best of luck to Wayne. Hope he figures it out. And I also hope he cuts his hair in prison, because he needs something different.
He'll cut his hair in prison.
It was a video that he had recently from Funeral, and he is like CGI'd all his old looks.
I didn't see it.
I was like, why did you agree to that? You just been remind yourself what you used to look like and just watch it decline. Like, I don't want that. If I know like a Jamaican roach now, I don't want to see what I look like back when I was healthy. Back, you know what I'm saying? Like they had a picture of him during like the Carter 3, And it was just so weird how different he is from the Carter 3 Wayne to right now.
He looked like one of the roaches off Joe's apartment.
I'm telling you, easily. He looked just like Rodney. Exactly like Rodney. Man.
Oh man.
Oh no, he looked like what's the jellyfish from Finding Nemo?
Did they have jelly to find? I think you mean Shark Tales.
Shark Tales. There we go. Shark Tales.
I know you're talking about. I don't know the name, but I know you're talking about.
Look just like the jellyfish from Shark Tales, just yellow haired. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm very curious to what the other side of this looks like, but I gotta be honest, it's
don't look good, man.
It's a bad move. I really do think it's a bad move. Now this next move is very interesting. Mm-hmm. You know, we'll close off with something, I guess, good and bad. So we pat ourselves on the back for being ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And one thing that we spoke on was how streaming was going to literally take everything over. Now, this is something that everybody has thought about, honestly. Mm-hmm. But, people also thought we were tripping when we thought that when it comes down to movie releases, like movie theaters are going to go the way of cable. Mm-hmm. So cable television and satellite television. And I think that's literally what we're seeing for 2021, because Warner Brothers and Marvel, they released their slate for 2021 and really going forward. They're dropping everything on streaming platforms.
Yeah. Warner Brothers pulled a big move.
Huge move.
Yeah, they was like, all right, we finna do this.
So we have the list here. Yes, we are going to read the list out because it's insane the amount of shit they're giving to HBO Max. And that's what it's going to drop alongside. Like they said, they're going to have it come out in theaters as well, but they're going to drop it mainly streaming on HBO Max. Mm-hmm. And we all know what's going to end up happening. Niggas are not going to theaters.
Right. So why I pay $15 at the theater when I pay my $12 for my HBO Max?
At the crib, and I can spin it back if I like it. Right. I can watch it again right now. But for the Warner Brothers rollout, there we go. I know I was going to get there. They got The Matrix 4, a remake of Dune, In the Heights, The Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark, The Suicide Squad remake, Denzel Washington's The Little Things. It's a biographical drama called Judas and the Black Messiah, a remake of Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, a video game adaptation, Mortal Kombat movie, Angelina Jolie's Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Space Jam, A New Legacy. That's the one with LeBron. Let's not forget LeBron has a Space Jam coming. Mm-hmm. Reminiscences.
You wrote that, so I don't know what it's to say.
I don't even know what the movie's called. I'm like, why did I add so many words? But there's a movie with Hugh Jackman coming out. James Wan, Malignant. And Will Smith has a sports drama coming out called King Richard. All that's going to HBO Max. And you think I'm about to pay $15 at the theater to get COVID.
Right.
Kiss my dick. I'm going straight to HBO Max, and I'm going to watch all this shit for my subscription amount.
In my drawers.
Comfortable with my 3 Lil Wayne braids.
Yeah. We low-key called it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like a lot of stuff that we low-key call first, but that's neither here nor there.
The Marvel side of things was a little more predictable because they're dropping all their shit on Disney+.
Well, yeah, that's Disney, so yeah.
And Disney Plus already came out the gate saying we're going to compete with Netflix and we're going to knock Netflix out the water. We already own Marvel. We own Star Wars. We're going to make some shit shake. Now, they did have a full Star Wars layout, but they have entirely too much shit set up for Star Wars for me to even remotely write down. But I did write down the stuff for Marvel. Now, for the TV shows, they announced this at their Disney Investor Day 2020. The WandaVision show is coming out. That's the one with Scarlet Witch and Vision. Mm-hmm. Like some kind of weird spin-off of it.
Let me check it out.
The Eternals, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Loki. Oh, there's one called What If. I think What If was
it's a cartoon. Yeah,
it's a cartoon. Yeah. But it's like a what if certain things didn't happen.
Yeah, what if Captain America wasn't Captain America? It was Peggy.
Or if they were able to kill Thanos before the snap.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, the Hawkeye show, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, Armor Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and the I Am Groot Special. Mm-hmm. That's just the TV. The movie part. This is. First of all, fuck you, COVID. Because you're about to take all this away from us for at least the experience. Because this Marvel layout is fucking insane. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They just dropped the fucking trailer for that. The Black Widow prequel, the Captain Marvel 2, Blade with Mahershala Ali. Big ups Mahershala Ali. I know you're gonna kill that shit. Yeah. Thor: Love and Thunder, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Black Panther 2. Still don't understand how they're going to do that, but, you know, I guess they have their ways. And, of course, Fantastic Four officially under the Marvel umbrella. Mm-hmm. So Sony can't fuck it up this time.
Yeah, no, they can't fuck it up.
As they fucked it up 3 times prior.
And if Marvel fucks it up, then they just need to be like, hey, we just need to shelf Fantastic Four.
Let's just give them the DC. Let's just give them the DC. Let's let them have that.
Yeah. Are you excited? Something particularly you excited about?
I'm excited because I have all these platforms. But I'm the most excited for Blade. Mm. And the only reason I'm saying that is because being able to grow as a fan of Mahershala Ali and to see what he's able to do as an actor, you know what I'm saying, really recognizing and big ups his ability to do what he does and his commitment to the roles at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very curious that the body transformation he goes through to become Blade.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't no slight at Wesley Snipes, but Wesley Snipes was always just the dude you wanted to see kick ass, and he'll give you some good comedy. Mm-hmm. But as far as like serious roles, like he'll give you normal shit. You know, like he just kind of gives you Wesley Snipes acting as this person. Mahershala Ali, I think he's gonna do something to that Blade character that's gonna be next level.
I can agree with that.
And I'm very excited for that. What about you?
I'm actually, far as the Marvel goes, I'm actually interested for a couple. I'm interested on Doctor Strange. I think that's going to be really dope.
Absolutely.
You mind pulling that list up again?
Oh, got you. Closed it out quick because, like I said, this is the last thing we're talking about. Yeah. So I'm just going to talk until we pull this actual list up. So listen to the soothing sounds. No, it's much harder to edit now that we're on video.
Gotcha. I am for Marvel off top. We'll start with the shows. I'm gonna see WandaVision. What I like about a lot of Marvel shows is you may not necessarily have to watch them per se, but they do tie into stuff we already have seen.
It is part of the lore, right?
Right. So I like to see that. So I will watch that. I definitely will watch the Internals. And I'll Loki and What If. I'll check those out. As far as the shows, the movies, I'm gonna check out Doctor Strange. Falcon and Winter Soldier doesn't really appease me like at all.
It hasn't grabbed me.
Nah.
Yeah,
Black Widow, not really. Captain Marvel to be one of those things with if I ain't got nothing to watch. You know what I mean? I'm really interested in Blade. Thor is like my favorite Marvel character, so I'm gonna watch that. Gonna watch Ant-Man. I'm interested to see what they do with Black Panther.
Yeah, because they're not saying shit.
Well, the only thing that I've seen that said that they, instead of focusing on like Black Panther, they were gonna focus a little bit more on Wakanda. So whatever they do with it, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it. So yeah, I'm excited about those. What I think is gonna eventually happen with these streaming platforms is eventually they're gonna see that not only were we going to the movie theaters to watch the actual movie, the experience. Right. So I feel like these streaming platforms are gonna try to find a way to create that experience at home. Absolutely. Whether that be hypothetically the Matrix 4, you can watch the Matrix 4 tomorrow, but you better watch it tomorrow.
Right.
You don't, you know what I mean? It's not all day thing or a weekly thing. Like you better watch it tomorrow. If you just get it on the platform. If you're paying for it separately, then yeah, you can watch it whenever you want to.
Exactly, you get to it when you want to.
But I think that's going to be the way that these streaming platforms are going to go. As far as Disney getting Netflix out of the paint, I think it's a little bit too early to say now. When you look at it on paper, yes. But I think it's a little bit too early because, number one, Netflix has been around forever. They was mailing DVDs out. You know what I mean? They've been around forever, so they're familiar. The only thing I think that can stop Netflix is Netflix. And that's because of their content. If they don't put shit out, which they really haven't, then that's going to be the end doing. Because eventually people are gonna go to these other streaming platforms and Netflix, even though we're familiar with you, my nigga. You ain't, you know what I mean? It's
You ain't cooking. The way
you ain't cooking. So we'll be good.
And I don't think Netflix will be put out of the paint because it's the same way with the fact that Hulu is still around. You know what I'm saying? Because Netflix should have put Hulu out of the paint a long time ago.
Listen,
but
they have a what is that? What is it? Starts with the what's it start with a C? C Crackle. Crackle is still a thing.
Crackle is still a thing. Yep.
So true. I have to think Netflix is gonna still be a thing.
Quibi's gone. Quibi came and went.
Yeah.
But you know the fact that HBO Max is really fucking cooking. Like HBO Max came out of nowhere. With
when they announced it, I was like, oh, these niggas real.
They finna go
they
in.
serious.
And then with Disney Plus just literally just showing you like, look, we're about to give you everything that you were looking for and then some going forward.
And it's sad because damn COVID, because a lot of that should have came out this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We're supposed to, and that's why I think it's going to make it so interesting next year with the rollout because a lot of this shit is just ready. So it's when they say this shit gonna be here next week, Captain Marvel's out.
What I would do, Jesus Christ, what I would do is I would release something. Let's say I read something today, and then like every 2-3 days, release something to keep you on my platform.
Keep you subscribing.
Yeah.
Keep like, come on, bring that check.
Yeah.
We need that.
I'm interested to see what their subscriber numbers, how much it jumps when they start to roll a lot of this out.
I want to see how their subscriber numbers jump when the announcements alone came out. Because you know how people are, especially when it comes down to entertainment. They get curious with their money, like, so what's already on there? If this is if Disney Plus is big enough to have these releases, if HBO Max is big enough to have these releases, what y'all got in there already? And I got to be honest, HBO Max got some shit. HBO Max has some shit.
Really?
I'd fuck with HBO Max a long way.
I'll check it out. I haven't really dove into it. I'll check it out.
The only thing they don't have is the Chris Rock show. That kind of let me down. But I mean, but that kind of goes into the whole owning your own masters thing. I'm pretty sure Chris Rock owns all that.
Yeah, that's so.
So they're not able to Dave Chappelle him. But you know what I'm very curious about? I want to see what Mortal Kombat's about to be.
I was just looking at that. Yeah.
I want to see what Mortal Kombat's about to be. I want to see, can you eliminate that nostalgia part of it? Can you create something that's completely fucking brand new? Because they'll tell you when you look at any of the what is it called, the video games that made us that's on Netflix, they'll tell you Liu Kang was not the main character.
Yeah, he was not
of Mortal Kombat. So you can play with the lore as much as you want to. Because by creation, Liu Kang was never the leader. He was never the top guy.
I think in order for them to eliminate that nostalgia, they can't go on, this is going to be a video game. They can't say that. You know what I mean? No, we're putting this movie out, and when you watch the movie, this is going to be the movie. Because if they give us any inkling that, oh, this came from here, then, yeah, they're not going to be able to eliminate it. Oh, this ain't the same as, he ain't bicycle kick like that. You know what I mean? Like,
and they had a really good example, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, when Michael Jai White was playing Jax, and it was a YouTube short.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They didn't already got, an example of how to do something properly. How to do something that's different, do something that will catch interest really quick. So I'm very curious. I really do want to see what this new Mortal Kombat is going to look like.
Yeah.
Let the people, well, I guess no, we don't do that anymore. At the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go ahead and shoot us a follow.
Yeah, comment, share, like, all that good stuff.
Support, above all, support. Make sure y'all check out BeatNetworkOnline.com for all updates of everything that's going on with Beat Network and the shows. Like I said, we got some really dope shit coming for you guys. And it's going to be really, if we're going to be inside 2021, we're going to make sure y'all good. Trust us.
Right.
Of course, the noisemerch.threadless.com.
Yeah, get that,
on there,
man.
get you some merch, get some things going. And,
there's some hot stuff in there, man.
There's definitely some things that you guys need to get in there and get involved with. We're going to be inside, so go ahead and get you a Wear Your Fucking Mask, because they need to know now more than ever.
Wear your fucking mask.
Wear your fucking mask.
Especially when you come to Vegas.
Especially when because y'all niggas be out here raw dogging the air.
Yeah.
Giving air all the regular breath.
Raw dog in the air.
Fuck that, dog. I'm so tired of this shit. But yeah, we need all that to happen. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always,
I wonder if Drake's mask, if it stinks in there when he, you know what I mean?
Oh, the Drake breath?
Yeah, when he wear his mask, is it bad in there?
This is the thing. I saw a meme where it was a picture of Bubba from Forrest Gump. and it said my face under the mask. And nigga just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? So you know that it's just ricocheting off of the mask and just going into the nose.
Yeah.
Like I know with me when I have my mask on, and of course when you wear glasses too, this shit gets annoying.
I take them off now.
Bro, I can't. I got no choice.
Like if I'm going to the store or something, I take them off.
It's either fog or blindness. And
Yeah.
both of them, I guess they kind of have the exact same outcome. But at least the fog will go away. You know what I'm saying? The fog will go away. The blindness shit gonna start happening.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
But anyway, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
The Noize.